2016 back again, and welcome to the 10K Q&A. You're probably wondering why I'm screaming right now. Well, I have to scream basically to get the camera is so far away. Well, you guys are so far away. You guys are so far away that I have to literally scream to get some good voice recognition from the microphone because I don't have an external mic on me. So you may hear a lot of yelling and babbling on in this episode. So this will be number one of the this will be episode 1 of the 10K Q&A. So the first question from Crystal Corbett: when did you discover Thomas and Friends and Trackmaster? Well, when I discovered Thomas, I think I was about 4 or 5 years old, maybe 3 at the time. I think it was with Magic Railroad when that came out in 2000. Or it might have been season 5. Because I was very, very young. I really don't have a recollection of anything of that from that point. So I do remember my first Thomas tape. It was a VHS back then. It was Cranky Boats. The Britt Allcroft season 5 deal with Cranky, and the really good episodes from season 5. So that's why I love season 5 so much, because it's the first ever exposure of Thomas I really ever had. So it was season 5 or Magic Railroad, somewhere in there. I really don't have a really good memory of that because I was very, very young at the time. So that is that. And and for Trackmaster, one Trackmaster, it was Tomy. So I think about maybe 2002, 3, 4. I had the Thomas Adventure set, and it was a Tomy set. It actually came with the, you guys see in the videos, the Dryer figure and the Top Hat figure. It had the chugging Annie and Clara bell that made a chugging noise as it went along. It had Bertie the bus. I had the Dry Oil Station with the Harold the helicopter that flew around in a circle. And it has the bridge that you guys see as Vickerstown Bridge right now. So that bridge is from the Tomy Adventure set. I just widened it because you can make it a single track or a double track. So that is that bridge from way back in the day. And I also got with that was a engine. It was James, a cattle car, and a black brakeman. This thing here that you see, this isn't the exact one, but it's one of these. And it was a brown cattle car. So that was my first exposure to the Thomas range and all that. So yeah, that is what got me started in collecting all this stuff. So okay, next question is from Victor Gull or Gal, I don't know. Victor Gull says, question: why did you choose chain couplings? Do they look nicer to you? Well, the reason I chose chain couplings was, one, the realism of the closer the trucks are together. So that was one thing there. And when I had that big Gordon tail, I don't know if you remember it. Maybe you do, I don't know. If the trains went up the hill, that was fine. But if they went down the hill, those couplings would kind of snag. They would jackknife the cars, and trains would go crashing into oblivion. And mostly, it was a mess. It was a mess. So I did the hook and chain couplings that way. When they went down the hill, their buffers would touch, and that way it would just be straight and narrow and not derail and crash and all that. So that's why I chose hook and chain couplings. But now, since I don't have the hill anymore, it was kind of really a stupid decision. But it looks good. It does look good. I do have problems. They are a really good system, the hook and chains, because you have to make them and all that. You have to measure them out, and you have to make sure everything's correct. Because sometimes on the Vickerstown area, I'll get a lot of breakaways, a lot of couplings that'll just slip out of the loop as they're going down the little hill over here. Some of these chains will entangle themselves together, and that's makes it really hard to uncouple everything. So it's a very flawed system. Maybe if I get better measurements of the hooks, it'll be better. But yeah, it's not very good, but it adds for realism. It's okay. It's not the best thing ever, but it's a good substitute if you don't want those big Buckeye couplings that, you know, do that type stuff. So that is that on the hook and chain couplings. Okay, next question. Oh dear. Useful Engine 11. He is a very nice person and comments a lot of my videos. So thank you, Useful Engine 11, for commenting on a lot of my videos. So Useful Engine 11 says, there's a couple questions here. One, what are a few of your favorite episodes from season 4 that you made? My series, TPTS season 4. I do like the first episode that I did. It was Ghost of the Mines. There's a lot of them. There's not really. There's a lot of them, but there's not very much of the episodes. I have to think. There was Dustin and Donald and Douglas in Dustin's episode, New Player on the Rails, Little Engine Christmas. I do like those two. I think I did that very well. And that's about it. What I can think of for right now. If I find any other questions, if I think of them, think of the episodes. But those three there, the first three, are my favourite ones. Oh, and the Mighty Mac Express. I do love that episode so much of my own series. So yeah. Okay. In the beginning intro, season 4, where did you get Mighty Mac's whistles? Because I haven't been able to find them anywhere. I get them from a person called GW Shunter. I keep wanting to call him GWR Shunter. That's not him. GW Shunter. You just have to look through the files and all that to find it. I think it's Bert and Rex's whistle. That's all I really know. Okay. 3. What are your top 5 favorite Thomas movies? Well, I really don't have 5. I have to think of them. I do like Magic Railroad as a Thomas film, not as an actual film. As you know, just having the trains in there, it's good because the modeling and all that stuff they did during that movie was superb. I do like Blue Mountain Mystery. I do like Sodor's Legend of Lost Treasure. I do like Jenny Von Sodor, so that is 4. And one more. Misty Island Rescue. I do like that. It's okay, but I do like that a lot. It's another one of my favorite Thomas movies. Sorry, this phone is acting silly. Okay. 4. Who is your favorite OC that you made? Matt, the Erie Triplex locomotive. He's one of my favorite OCs, and I made the big blue engine. So, who are your favorite content creators? That can be Wooden Railway, Trackmaster, Take and Play. A lot of the inspiration that I've for the layout and what I do, that'll always be number 1 in my book, is UC Weapon. He's a really awesome creator. Sidekick Jason is another one of my favorite creators. Diesel D199. There's some more, I keep forgetting them. Blue Track Stack is another one. Sorry if I messed up your name, mate. I think it's Blue Track Stacks or something like that. Blue Track Dax, something like that. Sorry. But yeah, he's another awesome creator. So that's about it. If I think of more, I'll think of more. Will any of the episodes, Marvels of the Mainland, tie into TPTS or the other way around, or something like that? Of course, I can't wait for Marvels of the Mainland to come out. Thank you, mate. Yes, they will. The beginning of Marvels of the Mainland will start out as a Sodor episode and go on to a Mainland episode. There will be some, hopefully later on in the series, sorry, got something in my throat, they'll go back and forth. There'll be a lot of references to TPTS in some episodes and Marvel's the Mainland in some episodes. As you guys saw in Fish and Chips, that's another one of my favorite episodes. Fish and Chips, as you guys saw, there's a little kind of Easter egg in there. So it's tied together somewhat, but mostly I'm going to keep them apart until I need to tie them in. Maybe have some visiting engines from Sodor, maybe have some Sodor engines go to the mainland, or have some of the mainland engines come to Sodor to kind of meet and greet, to mingle about and all that. All Star Custom says, are you ever going to make a custom old shape Henry? One of these days I will. I'd like to. I really would like to, because I'd like to do some deals with the Flying Kipper and all them. Yeah, I definitely would like to. I have a couple of Gordons around here somewhere that I will paint. Green to do that. I need to get a Henry face, the Henry chassis and all that. So I'll have to look around on eBay for that. So yeah, that is that. So I will in the future, sometime down the road, hopefully this year. So okay. Henry Cruz asks, hi, will you be making an old Tommy old shape Henry? Yes, down the road. Do you like Big World, Big Adventures? I do, but I don't. Okay? I like it for the solo episodes. Like, some of it is good, but most of it is bad. I'm not a big fan of it. It's not really my kind of deal. Like me, I like the old classic stories, even the Andrew Brenner era. But I watch it, but I'm not totally indulged in it. I collect the toys, I collect the trains, like Nia and Ace and Rebecca, but I just use it as a kind of guide to help me do my series and all that. Like with Rebecca, I have to learn about her a bit, and Nia, I have to learn about her a bit and do the series. It's okay, it's a good concept, but it really wasn't executed very good. And I understand, it's an animation company, they don't have a lot of assets to, to build realistic worlds or anything. They have to use what they have to use. But I think if they would have not rushed it out immediately or changed everything at once, I think maybe a little bit at a time they could have gotten there, because it was a big huge jump. It's like, yeah, well, we have season 20 and season 21 and season 22 with a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it's a good concept, but it wasn't executed very, very good in my eyes. That's what I see. It's a nice concept, but it just wasn't executed very well. So that's my thoughts on that. It's okay. It's not the best thing ever. I'm not a big fan of it anymore. So that is that. Sorry for the mowing in the background. We've got some neighbours messing about. Okay. So here he has another one. Will you make Emily's driving wheels motorized? I'd love to. I really would love to, but it's kind of hard to fit a motor inside Emily, because it's just difficult to do. So probably not. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No, here we go. Okay. Next one. Polar, the Caledonian engine, reads, he has some questions. What is the first episode you have ever watched from Thomas and Friends? I think it was Cranky Bugs, from the Cranky Bugs VHS that I mentioned earlier. I think that's about it on that. What were your thoughts when you saw Flying Scotsman and Great Race? I loved it. I can't believe we got an actual real, well, all of them are mostly real, but we got a famous engine inside Thomas and Friends, and I was very, very surprised that Trackmaster Mattel would make a Trackmaster version of Flying Scotsman back in 2016. I was really kind of wondering what they would do with the tenders. I didn't know if they would keep it to one tender then add a coach, or if they would just do the 2 tenders. It was very, but I'm glad they did the 2 tenders. It looks, you got that look. And I do like the mixture of the look. You have the smoke deflectors and the 2 tenders, so it's kind of a best of both worlds type of deal. So it's kind of cool. Okay, what are your thoughts on Nia and Rebecca replacing Edward and Henry? Now, there's a big debate going on. Well, it's been going on for a couple of years. Me, I don't think they replaced Edward and Henry. Yeah, they've been pushed to the background, but me, I don't personally think they've replaced them. It kind of stinks to not see them in the roles anymore, because it just kind of stinks. But, if you want your Edward and Henry fix, go look at the Thomas fandom. There's a lot of content in the Thomas fandom. If you want to see the old classic stuff, watch some people's videos in the Thomas fandom, or go back to watch the older seasons. That's my opinion on it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying for you to do it. But if you guys want an Edward and Henry fix, if you want that regular formula that we've had over the years, just watch some content in the Thomas fandom. There's a lot of people, lots of people within the fandom that make really, really good episodes, really, really good content, and really, really good stuff involving the engines and stuff like that. So if you want your Edward and Henry fix, if you want to forget about big adventures and all that down the road, just watch some stuff in the Thomas fandom. It needs it. It needs to be watched because it's really, really good. So that's my 2 cents on that. It stinks that we don't get to see them anymore because they really are cool characters. But it's Mattel's decision. They did what they wanted to do. It doesn't, it stinks that they're gone. But if Mattel wants to push this whole deal, they can. I really don't care. It is what it is, So, what was the first Tomy Trackmaster engine that you got? It was in the adventure set thing, and well, it was the Thomas with the choking gunny and the Clarabelle, and the James with the cattle cart and the brake van. So that is that. Right, Thomas and Friends 47. Hey mate, how you doing? He's one of my buddies. Hello, congratulations on 10k subscribers. Thank you so much. I have 2 questions. What is your favorite custom you've made and why? And what is your favorite story you've written and why? My favorite story I've written is the Ghost Train series. That's something I hold really dear to my heart. It's something I've always liked dabbling in. I like serious, horror, scary, dark tone things. So the Ghost Train is one of my, the whole series is one of my favorite stories. I'm hoping to remix it this year. And what is your favorite custom you've made and why? So, my favorite custom, you're not going to believe this, it's not an engine, it's the Sodal suspension bridge. I love that thing, because, it's something that I've never ever thought of making before. The Sodal suspension bridge is one of my favorite customs because, it's there. I made it, I just took the Trackmaster suspension wires and put them together and all that. But yeah, my favorite custom is the Sodal suspension bridge. And if you want to talk about an engine, let's just talk about an engine. It has to be Matt, the Era Triple X. I love that thing so much. Even though I don't run them very much, I love the the 3-wheel drive. That's probably the most powerful Trackmaster engine ever in the world. So I do like Matt, the Era Triple X, and I do like my suspension bridge. So that is that. This phone does not like me today. Okay, oh dear, it's a mouthful. LH3964-Shinjimai. Sorry if I messed up your name. Questions. Will you use the Wiggle Thomas again? Hopefully. I really want to use that in one of my episodes of my series soon. Maybe when I get the motorized Kenji, I will. Maybe. I don't know. But yes, I do want to use it again. That's one of my plans for Season 5 this year. TPTS Season 5. Will you get... Oh dear. What Player Rail or Trackmaster Thomas character would you like to get? Right now, in 2020, May of 2020, I would like to get Trackmaster Raoul. Get two... Sorry. I would like to get Trackmaster Raoul and customize one of them as Trackmaster Logan. I would like to get that very, very badly. I want to get my hands on that. So that's another one. That's one I'm on the hunt for. I'm trying to find it. I'm looking everywhere, but I can't find it anywhere. I've been looking online. I've been looking in the stores. You can't find them. So I really want to get my hands on Raoul and Gustavo and the Golden Thomas. Really want to get my hands on those three, but mostly I want to get my hands on Raoul to make that custom. So that is that. And 3, will you get normal express coaches? I'd like to, but for right now I got to use what I use. Me, I'm a guy, you know, that makes things because I'm a cheap kind of guy. Basically, I look for deals. I like, you know, making things. So I'd like to get some actual express coaches down the road, but they are so expensive. I've looked on eBay. I've looked everywhere. They are crazily expensive. So maybe down the road. Maybe down the road. But I definitely want to get some, but when they are reduced in price a lot. So, StarTug21 asks, have you watched Tugs or Theodore Tugboat? What are your thoughts on them? I like Tugs. It's a very, very good episode. It's a very, very good series. I do like Tugs. It's kind of a shame that it only went for one season and had about 12 episodes. Theodore Tugboat, not a big fan of it. It's okay, it's not the best thing ever, but it's just not for me. It's kind of downgrading, actually, from Tugs. So, that's my thoughts on that. There. What are your thoughts on Shining Time Station? I actually never knew Shining Time Station existed, because, you know, as me, I was born probably way after it. So... it's okay. It's an okay deal. It's a nice little segue for, you know, kids to learn and stuff like that, and have Thomas interweaved into the stories and all that. So it's pretty good, but I don't remember it as a kid. I've watched it on the internet a couple of times. It's not for me for my age now. But George Carlin is really good in it. I never knew Ringo Starr did it. So yeah, that is that. Okay, hold on a minute. And lastly, what are your thoughts on the current show since Big World Big Adventure happened? I'm not a big fan of it. It's okay. It's too crazy for me anymore. Like when it first started, it was okay. But after season 23, season 24 started, it's just got too crazy. I watch it because it has Thomas in it, and you know me, I just watch it, just to watch it. But it's just too much for me. I like grounded stories. I don't like things crazy. You know, the only thing crazy needs to be the crashes and all that. It just looks horrid. It's not good anymore. So that is my thoughts on that. Who is your... okay, hang on a minute. Tony Nad Warnick asks, what is your favourite Thomas and Friends character? And also, congrats, thank you. My favourite Thomas and Friends character has to be Gordon. I'm a huge fan of Gordon. As you know, I voice Gordon. Express coming through! You know, in my series and in other people's series sometimes. So I do like Gordon a lot. I like his pompous attitude. I like his big, you know, he's the big guy. I'm the express engine and all that. So I do like Gordon a lot.